I wish to thank Special Coordinator Mrs. Kag for her detailed briefing today, as well as Dr. Shidwa. Colleagues, it has been only a week since our last discussion at the open debate on the protection of civilians in armed conflicts, where Member States emphatically referred to the unacceptable humanitarian situation in Gaza, with the most vulnerable groups, women and children, suffering the most. A child never starts a war, and yet, as Sophocles reminds us, war loves to seek its victims in the young. Thousands of children have been killed, wounded, separated from their families, deprived of the basic rights to grow up healthy, and stripped of their dreams for a better future. With each passing day, more Palestinians are at risk of dying, falling thousands. The latest IPC report clearly warns of an entire population at critical risk of famine. Hundreds face the risk of succumbing to the injuries, as hospitals have either suspended the operation or have been shut down. All this suffering could end with a ceasefire and full access to humanitarian assistance. While we welcome the partial resumption of aid delivery into the Strip, it is hardly sufficient. Much more is needed, as the population has been denied access to food, medicine, and other critical supplies for almost 3 months now. Blocking aid as a pressure lever is unacceptable. Expanded military operations in Gaza worsen the humanitarian situation. This action will only prolong the suffering of the Palestinians, while doing nothing to serve the long-term interest of peace and security in the region. We urge Israel to allow the immediate, full, unhindered flow of humanitarian aid at scale into all parts of the Strip, as it is clearly dictated by international law. Access to electricity and water must be fully restored as well. Dialogue and coordination with the UN and its agencies remain critical in this regard. We share the concerns expressed by UN colleagues at proposals to establish a new mechanism for the delivery of aid which would not meet basic humanitarian principles. We cannot support a scheme which does not prioritize the needs of civilians, undermines the UN's ability to operate independently, excludes specific parts of Gaza, and increases further instability and insecurity. At the same time, we are gravely concerned by the attacks on humanitarian aid workers. These people have chosen to serve humanity at the risk of their own lives. Hence, the safety and security must be guaranteed at all times in accordance with international humanitarian law. We strongly condemned incidents of anti-Semitism, including the recent deadly shooting in Washington, D.C., which claimed the life of 2 embassy staff members. We extend our condolences and solidarity to the families and to the State of Israel. Turning to the West Bank, we strongly condemn the incident with shots fired during a visit of foreign diplomats in Jenin, and we accept this incident to be fully investigated and accountability clearly assigned. We also deplore the increase of settlement activity and violence. Hostages are still suffering at the hands of Hamas. We reiterate a strong condemnation for the cruel treatment of the hostages and our position that all hostages must be released immediately and unconditionally. Colleagues, peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Both parties need to strive for a permanent and sustainable ceasefire, as well as to revitalize the political process with the ultimate goal of achieving a two-state solution, in accordance with the relevant Security Council resolutions. In this way, both Palestinian and Israelis will finally be able to live side by side in peace and security. In this regard, we look forward to the upcoming June conference under the co-presidency of France and Saudi Arabia as an important contribution toward the ultimate goal of a two-state solution. We also welcome the Arab plan for the reconstruction of Gaza as presented by Egypt, reconfirming the leading role of a reformed Palestinian Authority to be essential in planning the day after. There is no alternative partner for peace than a reformed and empowered Palestinian Authority capable of exerting effective governance over the West Bank and eventually Gaza, where Hamas will have no role in security of governments and will no longer be in a position to threaten Israel. In concluding, colleagues, it is evident that no good can come out of violence. It is crucial to break the vicious circle of violence that has plagued the region for decades and give voice through dialogue to peace, stability and prosperity. I thank you.